I'm at the southernmost point of continental Asia. Well, I am according to this sign, to Google Maps, to TripAdvisor, and even the official website of Palawan Beach, which is where I am. Now, this is an islet which is accessible from this rope bridge across to Sentosa, which is on the southern coast of Singapore. So I wanted to come here and kind of answer the claim, is this really true? And to understand that, we have to take a step back and look at what Asia means. Now, Asia is a continent that connects to other continents. And in some systems, it's not even considered separate, just rather there's a larger continent of Eurasia. But under any system, places like Japan, Philippines, Indonesia, that are island nations, are all considered part of Asia. So what that means is that clearly, because there's further countries south, this isn't the southernmost point of Asia in its entirety. That goes to Indonesia, or if you want to count the Cocos Islands, then it's the South Island of the Cocos Keelings. So what does that mean? What are they claiming here? Well, it says that it's the southernmost point of continental Asia. So for that to make sense, means we couldn't be on an island. But as I pointed out, we're on an island, which connects to Sentosa Island, which itself connects to Singapore, which is also an island. So it's like it's islands all the way down. But they do kind of try to come up with a bit of a workaround for this to explain what's going on. And what they've done there is they've claimed that the bridges and the causeways still count and they still connect. So what it says on their sign here is that the islet is linked to Asia via a suspension bridge to Sentosa Island, which is linked to mainland Singapore via a 710-metre long causeway bridge. Singapore is further connected to Malaysia and Asia by the Singapore-Johor Causeway. Now, they've also been a bit cheeky in their map. So if you look closely, you can see that it looks like we're right at the south. But to achieve this, they've just not included parts of Singapore. And if they are including causeways, there's a whole island that is further south that's missing. So what are they doing? Well, part of it, I think, where they've got a bit wrong, is that even if that was all true and that we can include this place, it's not the southernmost point. That's south, and there's further beach just there. Now, to be fair, it's not the only part of the world where this has kind of been the case. In the northernmost point of Europe is Nordkapp. That's the north of Norway. Now, Nordkapp, or North Cape, is on an island, so it's not the northernmost point of continental Europe. That's about 5 kilometres further south. But even if you include the island that North Cape's on, the cape next door extends further by about 1.5 extra kilometres. So this is one of those things where there's the definition that's common. For example, all world records that involve driving or cycling start or finish in North Cape. And even myself has got a Guinness World Record that finished there, because it's the furthest navigable point. So what's going on here? Why does this place continue to claim this where it's not quite true? To understand that, you have to understand what Sentosa is all about. Now, this is a place for resorts, there's a Universal Studio, it's a place for relaxation and fun. And this, where we are right now, is a family-friendly beach. And this sign is a tourist attraction. It's there to attract tourists, and it does the job. People really like going to the highest, the longest, the furthest point, and it works. I travelled over 6,000 kilometres to come and see a sign of something which I knew isn't quite true. So my question is that okay? Is it alright to claim to be something which you're not? Well, I had a look, and thousands of people have left reviews. Over 1,000 have left it on Google Maps alone, and they all seem pretty happy. Even though some of them know what's happening, they're still giving it a good score. So look, it's not entirely geographic accurate, but it's still a nice place. So all up, I would say that the location is great, the hospitality's been fantastic, the signs need a bit more geographic accuracy, but I'm Julian O'Shea, and I give it 4.5 stars. Thanks, guys. Smash that like button.